Okay, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a concept that is, honestly, absolutely critical, but almost never taught in school. We're going to break down exactly how the rich truly build their wealth, and more importantly, how you can use whatever your current income is right now to start manufacturing your very own financial freedom. Listen to this. The wealthy buy assets, while the poor and middle class buy liabilities. Let that sink in for a second. That single sentence is literally the key that can shift how you look at money forever. It is the core, foundational difference between staying stuck in a rut and building real generational wealth. All right, Section 1, the 4 financial terms. So, let's get our bearings real quick and establish the basics. Income is your financial gateway, right? It's any money entering your account, whether that's your salary, profits from a side hustle, or dividends. Expenses, on the other hand, are your unavoidable daily survival costs. We're talking food, clothing, just the general upkeep of being alive. But here is where it gets super interesting. Liabilities. These are recurring financial obligations that you are locked into paying constantly. Think about your monthly rent, your car payments, the endless electricity and water bills, and yeah, even that monthly PlayStation subscription. Basically, it's money that is actively and continually leaving your pocket. Now, this right here is where we have to completely unlearn what we've been taught. The middle class usually defines things like a house, a personal car, or that shiny new high-end phone as an asset. Actually, scratch that. It's a really dangerous misconception. True wealth assets must actively put money into your pocket. We're talking about dividend-paying stocks, rental properties, intellectual property. If it doesn't generate income for you on its own, I hate to break it to you, but it is simply not an asset. Moving on to Section 2, how different classes spend. Look at this massive structural gap in how money flows. It's like night and day. The poor basically rely entirely on a salary, which drains immediately out the door to cover basic expenses. Now, the middle class also gets a salary, but they drain it straight into liabilities, buying things like fancy cars they mistakenly think are assets. So both of these groups drain their income all the way down to zero. But the rich, they rely on assets as their primary wealth engine. Their assets generate income, they take that new money to buy even more assets, and then whatever is left over is what pays their liabilities. Section 3, the asset-first strategy. You can think of this strategy like a financial farm. It's all about planting seeds today so you can harvest them tomorrow. Step 1, deliberately divert a portion of your current income into actual assets. Step 2, patiently let those assets grow and compound. And then Step 3, eventually those assets grow robust enough to generate entirely new passive income that comfortably pays for all your liabilities. Literally, your financial crops end up paying your bills. And hey, assets aren't just, massive real estate empires or super complex stock portfolios. Think about kid YouTubers with 1 million subscribers. It's wild, right? These kids create videos, which is digital intellectual property. That property acts as a continuous asset, generating year-round ad revenue and brand sponsorships. They put the work in once, and it permanently puts money into their pockets without them having to do ongoing daily labor. It's a real game changer. It all comes down to delaying that instant gratification. Imagine you want to buy a car. Route A is the standard middle-class reflex. Take your hard-earned savings, buy the car directly, and boom, you're left with a rapidly depreciating liability. But Route B, that's the wealthy strategy. You take that exact same money, you buy an income-producing asset first, and you wait. Sure, it might take 4 years of patience, but eventually the asset's profits buy the car for you. So you get the car, and you retain a permanent cash-flowing asset. Win-win.
Okay, Section 4, the 1 million real choice.
1 million reals. I literally want you to picture holding this exact sum in your hands right now. Our immediate societal instinct, what pretty much all of us have been conditioned to do, is to take that money and instantly buy a large family house. But knowing what we know now about money, is that actually the right move? Well, you basically have 2 paths. Option 1, if you blow the whole million on the house, you go right back to zero savings. You are immediately back to living paycheck to paycheck just to maintain the place, so the house effectively becomes a massive liability. But option 2, the true wealthy strategy, you rent a place for 5 years, you take $800,000 of that million, and you invest it across solid business projects. Even if it takes a lot of hard work to grow, those projects become high-income generating assets. Down the line, you use that passive income to buy the house while your business projects just keep funding your lifestyle indefinitely. Which brings us to Section 5, changing your mindset. Look, Making these shifts requires a massive, fundamental change in how we operate. We all face the exact same daily struggles: rent, electricity bills, the rising cost of groceries. We all get it. But the absolutely vital key is not surrendering to that cycle. You cannot let the endless loop of liabilities be your excuse to just throw your hands up and give up. Use whatever tools you have, even if it's just searching on your phone right now, to figure out how to build or acquire an asset. You have to try over and over again, ensuring you put your money into assets first no matter what.
So, I want to leave you with one final provocative question to think about. What are you going to do with your very next paycheck? Are you going to let it drain entirely into expenses and liabilities, leaving you starting from scratch again next month? Or are you going to use a portion of it to plant that very first seed in your financial farm? The choice to adopt the assets-first mindset starts the very second you get paid. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope this empowers you to start building some true wealth.